Throughout history, athletes have had a major impact on politics. Many athletes have used their platform to create change, whether you agree or not with their stance. Athletes like Muhammad Ali, Colin Kaepernick, and LeBron James have all used their athletics to impact political change. These athletes throughout history have stood up for what they believe in some cases, sacrificed their athletical career for what they believed in. Muhammad Ali was the first precedent of change in American history from athletes. He was in the 50s and 60s during the Civil Rights Movement. He sacrificed his boxing career at the peak of it all when he was undefeated, making a bunch of money from boxing. And he just came off of a gold medal win. He decided not to enlist in the Vietnam Army or not enlist in the draft. And because of that, he got put in jail and wasn't allowed to box because he was going against the law. And Muhammad Ali said things like, "Why would I fight for a country that calls me the N-word?" And, that's what he believed, and he was making a change, and many people hated him for it. Colin Kaepernick is more of a modern day. About 6 years ago, in 2016, Colin Kaepernick was protesting police brutality against black people, and he decided the best way for him to protest was to kneel during the national anthem before his major football games and debuts. It cost him his football career. Because of that, many people stopped watching the NFL, boycotting the 49ers, and it cost him to have as much of many teams would want him, even though his athletical skill should have had him a job. The next that was very recently was during quarantine. LeBron James, he decided to protest the Jacob Blake shooting, to again, like Kaepernick, to protest police brutality against African Americans. And what they did is they kneeled during the national anthem, and they also postponed the game, and they just didn't play because they were in a way of showing that we're not going to play when things like this are going to happen, kind of bringing media attention and other things to the platform. And with him and Kaepernick, it brought a lot of attention to the cause, and organizations like Black Lives Matter benefited off of it majorly. And because of LeBron and Kaepernick, they helped spread their ideas that are still being in process today. Muhammad Ali was quite different because with his scenario, looking back at it historically, he was, a major athlete. He was on TV with all of his boxing matches because everybody loved him. He was a fan favorite. And he ended up looking historically, helping change and having new law in the Bill of Rights for civil rights. And, Muhammad Ali, he was very much the precedent. And, especially with these modern day people, I don't want it to be, you think about whether or not you agree with them or anything, but it is very important to see that whether or not you agree with them or any of these, any of the two athletes, Colin Kaepernick or LeBron James, their voices and beliefs are brought to national attention, and they brought change because they were athletes. And, we like watching athletes a lot. Because of these athletes setting an example, it's important to know that athletes are more than just an athlete, but they're major cultural figures with a lot of influence. Thank you.